You've got ambition, you've got big dreams, you want success, and in the end, you want to create the life you've always pictured. But there's a snag, you're stuck. You already know what actions would move you forward, yet you keep avoiding them. Instead of taking action, you slip into patterns of delay. And with that comes guilt, because you know deep down you can achieve more. That guilt piles up day after day, week after week, month after month, until you just accept it as normal. Then a fresh year comes around, and with it, the exact same goals you set before. You start off strong, driven by motivation and maybe a little bit of overconfidence. But soon, procrastination sneaks back in, like that uninvited guest who always shows up at the worst time. The occasional delay turns into a constant habit of inaction. Before long, you start to believe your own label, lazy. So the question becomes, how do you break free from this loop? There's no shortage of online advice for beating procrastination, but most solutions just deal with the surface. Things like deleting social apps or hiding distractions can help for a while, but they don't get to the real cause. And that cause can be summed up in a single word: inertia. In science, inertia is the tendency for something that's still to stay still, and for something moving to keep moving, unless an outside force interferes. That same principle applies to our daily tasks. Getting started on anything, no matter how small, takes a push of energy to break that stillness. The problem is, we build up that push so much in our minds that it feels impossible, so we avoid it and turn to easy, quick reward activities instead. If we want to beat procrastination, we first have to beat inertia, and there are two simple ways to do it. The first is to make starting ridiculously easy. Lower the stakes. Shrink the task down to its smallest possible version. If you tell yourself you must finish a 5,000-word essay, the mental barrier will feel huge. But if you promise to write just 50 words, the barrier is tiny, and you don't need massive willpower to begin. The second method is the 2-minute rule. When you don't feel like working, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes, and then stop if you want. Don't want to clean your room? Put on a song and clean only until it ends. More often than not, you'll keep going longer than planned, or you'll end up doing much more than you expected. That's because once you're in motion, momentum works in your favor. At first, it feels like pushing a heavy ball uphill, but once you pass the tipping point, it rolls down almost effortlessly. That's why your first push should be small and simple. Just 2 minutes, no more. These two methods can be used for almost anything. Going to the gym, working on a passion project, maintaining your relationships. The list goes on. As Martin Luther King Jr. famously said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step."